Hello, everyone, and welcome to another chat of South Asian artists in conversation with South Asian artists. Today we have the wonderful Nikkita Chadha, and we're going to be talking all things modelling, dancing, and acting. As always, touching on a little bit to do with representation and answering some questions that you guys have sent in. So, welcome, Nikkita. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here today. How are you doing?
Oh, no, thanks for having me. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just yeah, like I interviewed Kai's last week, and I was like just trying to stay busy and just like I feel like it's a weird period because we're kind of going back to normal, but not there yet. So just trying to like yeah,
Exactly. It's like we're not back at normal yet, but we're trying, aren't we? I mean, what's
yeah,
going on? The government, let's not talk about it,
I
but
know, I don't
every
know.
day is like a new day of learning if we're going to be coming out of this lockdown or not, which is
Yeah,
stressful.
who knows? And I feel like some people are like out of lockdown, some are still in. I'm just like I feel like everyone's just doing what they want. So I'm just like,
This has
fair.
lasted way too long.
I
Wait,
know. Um, So yeah, for everyone watching who doesn't know you, if you could just say a little bit about what you do, and I always like to ask people kind of like where it all started for you.
yes. So, as you introduced me, I'm an actress, dancer, and model. Um, where did it start? It started from day one. Like since being a young child, I remember my parents saying I was such a little drama queen. Like I was such a little show off kid. Like I always wanted to be dancing around, always wanted to. I used to put on plays in
Oh
my
my god,
house.
same.
Did you? Like Christmas plays
Yeah.
with my sisters, and my sisters were so young that I used to make them do the lighting and the
Oh,
costume, the props. So I was the star of the show. And I know they remember this because as they got older, they were starting to be like, for this Christmas play, can I do something else? I was like, okay, yeah, you can be my dance partner or something. But it was always my like vision, and that's obviously like a bit of a joke. But since growing up, I loved it, loved performing, loved dancing, loved acting, I loved singing as well, and it just carried on because I started taking it more seriously as I grew up. Yeah.
yeah, and you went to Stagecoach as well because I remember when we spoke back in June. That's like how I started out as well. Was that kind of like
Oh, yes.
were you into acting before then? Would you say like Stagecoach kind of made you?
I think Stagecoach was the main form of like fun training Saturday school I was doing because prior to Stagecoach, I was only doing classical Indian dance and
Okay.
Bollywood. So then when I went to Stagecoach and it's like musical theatre like every week, kind of like you know what it's like.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I made some really cute friends there, and yeah, Stagecoach really, even though it was like a bit of fun, like 3 hours workshop, I loved it so much, and that's when I started acting and properly dancing, not classical Indian styles, and yeah, singing and just I loved it. It was Stagecoach was sick, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like I went for fun, but I feel like that was like what made people's passion grow because it was like a popular like fun Saturday school that people went to.
Yeah, I actually forget that Stagecoach had such a big impact on me.
Yeah, because you don't think because like you're so young and you're like
No,
else.
but actually, we got to perform at such cool places and theatres. Like my Stagecoach was really on it, and I loved that. And
Yeah,
yeah, I recommend Stagecoach for kids, definitely.
yeah, definitely too. If you wouldn't like something to start into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And a question that kind of follows on from that someone sent in was how did you connect with brands and grow your modelling and acting career and all of your credits?
I feel like it's a great question because it's been such a long time that it's been building. It's not like overnight I was like connected to all these people. I think once you work with like one brand, I remember one of the earlier brands I worked with was Boohoo, and this was like years ago. And I feel like once you start working with one, others kind of notice. And
Yeah.
I do think that is kind of what happens. And then they kind of see, oh, who's this talent? Like, oh, we should have a South. I feel like they in their meetings they go, we should have a South Asian. Yeah, we should. Yeah, okay, let's find someone. And then they do that. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of how it stems. Also, working like it's up to if my agent can is in contact with some brands, but mostly brand stuff comes to my Instagram. So I think as my
Okay. Yeah.
Instagram is growing and like I'm growing and changing, I think that's how the connection kind of happens. But sometimes I don't know. I'm like, how did you find me? Like,
Yeah,
you don't
you're like,
follow me, you don't, but thank you. I'd love to work with you, kind of thing. It's random. It is.
it's so weird. Like, I think just because it's such like a small world as well, the industry, like you just never know where like an opportunity is going to come from, or
Never.
who knows you basically.
Or who's watched your work or seen it.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got an unprivate Instagram and you post things on there. Like, literally anyone can see it. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You never know. So
mysterious. I love it.
yeah, and obviously you do all three. Is there any that you'd say like is your biggest passion, and also like have you found that there's similarities and differences in like all three?
Yeah, well, I think acting and acting helps all of them. Acting helps dancing so much because you're storytelling with your body. But if you can do that with the whole, all of your senses, your face, body, everything, I think it's perfect. Acting also helps modeling. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you
Was it?
froze.
Oh no.
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
back.
Okay, no, fine. I was like, pardon me?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
no, I can
fine.
hear. I can hear.
I think you'll come back.
Yeah.
Acting helps modeling loads because modeling, yeah, it's about creating something, isn't it? Like about creating
Yeah.
a character, an atmosphere, something. And acting helps that so much, whether it's like, like lifestyle, smiley, or if it's like editorial and it's a bit more edgy. Then I think dancing helps both of them as well because dancing helps modeling because I have an awareness of my body and how it's moving,
Yeah.
how it looks on camera. And the same for acting. Like if I'm trying to emit like a character and get into a character, using physicality helps me so much. So basically, I really think that they all intertwine really nicely, and
Yeah.
they work so well together. And I've learned so much from my different like aspects that I think, yeah, it's great.
I think that's really good that you can like use all of them to complement each other, and then like little aspects of each as help. Because I guess like you said, acting's like the full package. That you use your voice, your face, and your movement as well. So I guess like doing different modeling poses and shoots, you're like, do you like think of like characters when you do it, or does it kind of come naturally, or?
It depends on. Sometimes photographers are really helpful at trying to get something from you. Like
Yeah.
they really, some of them are, and they're so funny. Like if they want you to laugh, they'll probably just try crack a really funny bad joke, and then you'll be like, oh my god, and then they'll catch that. But if not, it is kind of faking. It's acting because it's like, okay, we want some smiley shots now, so you have to be like, right, okay, and then it's acting. Like otherwise, where are you getting this from? Like how
Yeah.
are you developing these? It will just look too 2D and fake. So to create real emotion, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny the process of modeling sometimes because
Yeah,
it's
because
funny.
I guess it can like for some people it can just like, oh, so easy. You can like someone can tell you to like do a pose and instantly you go, but I guess you don't know what goes behind it and like the thought process you have to do as well.
It depends on the shoot as well because sometimes, most likely, I'm doing something where I'm jumping or moving, and it's dance. That's my body. That's my dance helping me here because now I know. Okay, I need to create this shape or whatever. But yeah, I think it puts dancer models and like actress models at an advantage a little bit.
Yeah,
I do think because we're multifaceted people. We've got to use
exactly.
the skills.
Yeah. And then speaking about all of your shoots and your filming, are there any that you would like stand out to you the most? Do you have any sort of favorite shoots or filming moments?
I've got so many.
I was gonna say you got so many.
It's actually so hard to pick something, and I thought about this. I I thought about this before, where someone says, "Oh, what's your favorite job?" or whatever, and I actually realized that the favorite jobs are the ones where where you're meeting and working with the best people, and whatever that is, like my best jobs are when I can remember like experiences with people and conversations and funny times that I've been having, or like serious moments where and I'm learning a lot. I feel like my
Mm,
best jobs are with it's the people that make the job. It's not necessarily the job,
the job itself.
if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
that's where my memories come back. I can be like, oh my god, remember that moment on set or this or that, and that can happen on any kind of job, whether it's big feature film or commercial or short film or indie film, like whatever's happening, it's those people that actually make the job for me,
Yeah.
in my experience.
That's really nice, because I get a lot of people might think, oh, it's obviously going to be like the big shoots that like were your favourite, but you're not going to enjoy it as much if the people, you're not having the banter on set. I was speaking to Kai's about this as well. We were saying sort of like the people around makes it more of like a relaxed atmosphere, not just like, oh, okay, another day of work. It's like, oh my God, I really
Exactly. It could be any job, but it's the bands. It is like it's working hard, but also it's working hard, but like learning and enjoying it at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah,
If that makes
definitely.
sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there's a question that somebody sent in, and the question is, what are the opportunities like when you have both UK and US rep?
Yes. Well, my US rep is fairly recent actually, because it's only, well, I say that it's been a year now that I've signed with them, my managers in LA, but it's since lockdown, so I haven't actually met them.
Oh no.
It's been like all via Zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
But the opportunities, I guess, it's just that I'm now being seen for US projects, which is exciting. That's basically it as the difference. US projects, although sometimes they can come through UK agents as well. Definitely, it just depends on who your agent's connected to, I think.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's the biggest difference, yeah. And now I have 2 people pushing me for stuff, like, which is cool.
Yeah. Have you like managed to do much shoots out in the US compared to the UK?
Oh, I've done nothing out in the US.
Okay. Oh no, you have. So
No, I
you.
haven't got a visa, so I can't really
Okay.
go there.
Oh no.
I probably should get a working visa. I think my dream is, right, that I book a big US job and then they sort out my visa. It's all very fancy
Oh
and
my God.
I go to LA. But
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I don't have a visa right now. So it's more castings and stuff, which, yeah, I don't know. I'll get a visa if I need to get a visa, obviously. But right now, what is a visa? What's the point in COVID?
No, exactly. You can't know. Well, hopefully, once it's all over, you do book like a massive US job and they can just sort it out.
Hopefully it's all of us together, girl.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be sick.
Come on.
South Asian US show.
They're quite good. They're on it out there, I think. There's more happening slowly.
Yeah, like I've heard mixed things about this. Like some people have said they've gone to the US and they've got like so many more opportunities compared to the UK. And then some people have said that like it's just like such a massive jump going from like starting out in the US, that people say kind of you need the UK experience. I've heard like mixed things about it.
I have to try it for myself. I've been to LA 4 times, but more just for like little holidays and like dancing and kind of things like that. But I haven't been there on like a work trip.
Yeah, or not no.
So I'd have to see what it's like, but it's sunny.
Yeah,
It's
and just
very hot.
the lifestyle as well looks sick.
The beach.
Oh my God.
It's a great holiday. I'd recommend.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I went like, when did I go? Like 2015. I only had like a few days, but it was just like super.
What did you think?
I loved it. Like, well, I didn't really like, because it was only 4 days. I didn't really sort of get the vibe that much. But like, we did like a Warner Brothers Studios tour and then the Hollywood homes, and it was like, oh my God, like seeing.
We did the Hollywood. I've never done that.
Oh my God, you should, next time you go out there, like you can see like, you see like Simon Cowell's just
Like Justin Bieber's house, I thought was on that list.
No, no, they didn't take us there. It was a lot of rappers, like a lot of you. I think Snoop Dogg.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, I was like, no offense, Simon, but like,
No,
I
don't know why that.
Beyonce's house.
I don't know why. Oh my God, no. I wish it was. I don't know why I said Simon Cowell. Who else?
Maybe they don't live there. That's why. Like, I feel like Beyonce doesn't live in LA. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea as well.
So they live in Calabasas. That's like where the Kardashians live.
Yeah, Kardashians live. I think that's like is it like an hour away from Beverly Hills? I don't know.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
We need to go.
I know. Because this was more like Beverly Hills itself, so it was like a lot. I think like Michael Jackson's old home. And like,
Oh, okay, yeah, like right in the heart.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, holidays. What is that?
I know, literally. I just can't wait. It's like going abroad. It's like.
I know. I want to go traveling again.
Yeah, where kind of like kind of following on from there, like what I've seen like you've gone on shoots abroad before.
Mm.
How often do you get to go abroad?
Oh, not too often, but when it does happen, it's just the best. Like, it's the best. Even if, like, I did a music video, which was kind of like a music video short film, and we went to Kiev, and it was like Ukraine, and I didn't think much of it. I thought, never been here, what's it going to be like? But it was so fun. Like, I had such a good, again, it was the people on that job. I met some really cool
Mhm.
people. The artist was from LA actually, and he's South Asian. Like, it was just sick. I just thought I loved it. But when it does happen, it's so fun. But this time last year, I shot in Cape Town.
Oh my god, that's sick.
Oh my God, it was the best experience of my life. And this commercial, it never came out. It was a campaign for a brand. It didn't come out because of COVID. Let's not talk about it. It was so sad. But going to Cape Town, I thought this is insane. Like, I had the best time. I was there for like a week. My friends were there. So I got to see them. It was like just the best trip. I saw penguins. Did you know there are penguins in Cape Town?
Really?
Penguins
What?
in a hot climate. It's the only place on the
No
earth where the
way.
penguins are not in the cold.
What? Where
Blue.
were they?
I met penguins, and that was
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Ping
That's sick.
again. It was the people. Sorry.
Yeah. No, so I didn't know penguins can be like in non-cold climates.
They are. They're in Cape Town, and it's where is it called? Boulders Beach. Oh, I might have made that up. Simmons. One of those ones. But it was, yeah. When it happens, it's just amazing. Even if, and then where did I go? Actually, maybe I'm going a bit more often than I thought because I went to Sweden as well for the Google ad.
Yeah.
Again, fantastic. I think a change of scenery is what I like.
Yeah,
And
because
if you like traveling, which I do, I love it, then I think you'll love it. Yeah.
yeah, and I guess it's amazing because you can kind of go there to travel, but you're on a shoot, you're working out there as well. So it's kind of like the
Yeah.
full-on experience that you have.
And I don't mind going like alone. It's a bit lonely. It can be a bit lonely, but FaceTime, it's fine. And I love to
Yeah.
do myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Where would be your dream place to travel to for a job as well?
Where would mine be?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm flipping it on you.
Somewhere definitely like exotic. I'd say like maybe Bali or Bora Bora.
Yeah.
One of those.
Bali, what a joke.
Where like somewhere tropical. And
Oh my God.
scenery.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm with you.
Where would be where would be like your biggest
I feel like
like
Cape Town
desire?
really hit it on the head there. But actually, I really want to go to Japan. So maybe Japan.
Sick.
Because I haven't been to Japan. And I really want to go. And maybe like during the cherry blossom season, just in, so I can experience that.
Yeah, and I guess it's more of like a city experience as well, as opposed to like somewhere like with
I
loads
think
of
they have,
people.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it's fine. No.
You keep freezing, so I just don't know if you're going to speak or not.
Oh no, it doesn't keep freezing. Oh god, now
I
you've
don't think
broken.
it'll freeze when we upload it, but right now,
Yeah,
very.
no, exactly. It will sort itself out. Okay, now let's go on to obviously you were part of Rizama So Long Goodbye. How was that whole experience from like when you found out you can be part of it and then like filming it and then because obviously that was massive and like so the response was that was incredible. So how was like that whole experience?
It was amazing. When I got, I don't think I ever shared this, but when I got it, I didn't realize how amazing it was going to be. Like, because they didn't tell me much in the audition process.
Yeah,
We acted out a scene, but obviously I didn't get that much information. Like, I guess they were keeping it under wraps. But in the audition, I remember so clearly that it was obviously I don't know, no spoilers, but if you've seen the movie, it's the moment where it all kind of kicks off.
oh yeah.
And I had to act that moment that I was just seeing my friend, well, they call my boyfriend friend, um, being taken. And it was like insane because obviously I'm just in a casting room, but genuinely, I never felt something more real. I like felt it. Like, have you ever, when you're acting ever just really like it's clicked and you're like, oh,
when you've like genuinely felt it and you're like,
yeah,
oh,
and you're like, this is it, and like your cheeks flush up and your whole body kind of creates something and you're like, oh, and like it's so hard to, I feel like that's the real craft, and I'm
yeah,
always trying to chase that again and make sure my work is like up to that standard, but it's so hard, like especially in the environment of self-tapes when it's not even, I'm probably speaking to no one, myself or my friend on Zoom, it's not the same, but in that room I remember just feeling it, and then I was kind of in shock when I got it because I was like, oh my god, huh? They were like, Riz and the director really love you. I was like, what? Oh my
you
god.
don't like believe it because you're like, is this actually happening?
So what do you mean? I did so many auditions. I think I did like so many auditions in that period as well, and I didn't hear back from any of them. And this one, I was like, oh my god. And then obviously filming it was just the best, most crazy kind of experience. It was so like well done in the sense of looking after us, because it was obviously like quite traumatic what we were doing,
Yeah,
and it was really intense, and but they were so good at like saying cut, and then it was like, is everyone okay, is everyone okay, like being really careful and mindful of us, the actors, because it was a bit like we made a group chat, and again it was the people on this job that was just amazing. I love all of the girls and Rishi and everyone, but like of course Riz,
yeah.
weird, but we made a group chat after, just us lot, and we were like, guys, let's just have this group chat as like a bit of a therapy, you know, so we don't get any PTSD.
Yeah,
And it was like, yeah, and it was quite intense for 2 days, but it was the best thing I've ever done, like the best project, like one of the best projects I've ever done. My heart was just in it, and I wanted it to do so well, and then it obviously just won a BIFA, so.
yeah. Well, congratulations, by the way. That's incredible.
Thank you. I had a small part in a someone else's
No,
project.
but I mean, it's not a small part. You're part of.
So good.
I think like that's so important that because it was it was traumatic. So it's really great that the production team made that conscious effort to look after you because you know you don't know what could be going through your mind. So that's really good. Like after they said cut, they made sure that everyone was okay. So it made you, I guess, feel more comfortable and like safe in that environment.
Yeah, it was something I never even thought about actually, because I'd never been in that kind of role or in that position situation before on set, and I thought, oh yeah, you have to be really like careful, like same as like I guess people with like intimate scenes, they have like an intimacy coach. I
Yeah,
think it's
exactly.
so important. Like I didn't realize until you're actually in it that it's like, oh, this is a thing. This is like, yeah, because as much as you're acting, you're feeling.
Yeah, it's not just acting, like there's experiences attached to it as well.
And obviously what happens in the film, it's trauma for us. Like it's,
Yeah,
what if that happened?
yeah, exactly.
It could, but so everyone go watch the film.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
haven't seen it, I feel like you're gonna be like, what are they talking about?
I know exactly. Yeah, everyone, go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's amazing. How was that like experience working? Did Riz direct it, or was he just acting in it, or?
Yeah, a bit of both. Obviously, yeah, no, he definitely was. He was so heavily involved. It was his project, and then Neil was the director. But yeah, he was. I just remember him really concentrating a lot. Like I remember him just thinking a lot about what was happening and just being like sitting like on his own and just being like working it all out and thinking, probably in his head, probably thinking, right, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, let's go, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
he was so friendly and so lovely, as in the whole cast was, and yeah, it was just great memories.
yeah, that's so important because sort of going back, if you feel like more connected to the cast, and I guess like your performance as well is going to look more connected, whereas like you can tell if you feel like uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's seamless. Like the girls upstairs were playing family, cousins, but we just met that day. Do you know what I mean? And like downstairs, where me and Rish were, it was like I'm his friend. We've been friends for years. But like we've just met. But it was so easy to do. Like I know it's acting, but it was also it was genuine.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that helps. Like, I guess yeah, like meeting someone for the first time, you have to create like this relationship as if like you've been friends for like 12 years, whatever. So like, it's so nice when it just like authentically and naturally comes.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Cool. Now going on to Bridgerton. which is like,
Woo!
oh my god,
PTSD.
obviously like I think the most viewed show on Netflix. So how was that experience?
Oh, Bridgerton.
Yeah, Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. So
How?
good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my
Love
gosh,
it.
I can't wait for the season 2. That's gonna be
I
mad.
know. I know. How was it? It was amazing. So the costume designer, Ellen, I've worked with her before. And I didn't realize, well, she's done my costumes for 2 other projects, which are yet to release. So I don't know how much I can talk about them, but I can talk about Cinderella actually. She did the costumes for Cinderella, which is coming out in July. And it was just so nice to see her again. I was like, oh my God,
So you worked with her
Ellen.
before.
Like, yeah, and that period costume, and I was playing like a young lady who was quite fashionable. So that's what Ellen described her as, and I was like, okay. So I just loved it. I loved the look of it and the feel of it, and obviously being on set was just amazing. Again, the people were incredible. The cast was so nice. I was only there for like 3 days with the other girls. They just welcomed us in so nicely. It was just lovely, lovely.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that dress is amazing. I love like all the outfits on that, and it's so nice that you kind of worked with her before. So again, like
I was in shock. It was so nice. It was actually sorry, yeah. Sorry, my head went there. But no, it was so nice. Because you'll realise like on these TV and film sets that it is usually the same kind of crew. Like I recognise a camera guy now who I've
okay.
seen since Aladdin. We met on Aladdin and I saw him when I did Jingle Jangle and he was like, hey, I was like, oh my god, hey, like you recognize it's the same people working in the industry, like dressers and makeup artists and hairstylists, and you kind of become a bit more familiar.
Yeah,
And it's nice. It's nice when you see a friendly face, especially. Obviously, meeting new people is fantastic, but like just seeing one person you know is just so exciting.
yeah, like you feel like more at home. And I guess it shows like how small the industry is and like how tight knit and like who knows who and where the connection.
Mm.
And yeah, about Aladdin. Obviously, back in May, I think we spoke on the Zoom calls about working on Aladdin and then meeting Will Smith and that whole experience. And how was that for you?
Unreal, unreal. I'm so great. You know what? Speaking to you, I feel so grateful. Like some of the things, and you kind of forget, don't you? Because you're always chasing the next thing, chasing the next
Yeah,
thing. Like when you actually get to stop and have a conversation, you're like, oh my god, like I've met some amazing people, and I've been so lucky. But again, fantastic experience. I loved everyone. Like the choreographer Jamal was just amazing. He's from LA, and it was. Yeah, it was. I think was Aladdin. I think Aladdin was my first time being on a big movie set, and I was really like, whoa! Like I learned so much about just the way they'd made the set. They were building it because as we were coming in for rehearsals, they were like building like Agrabah, the market.
okay.
And like every day, I remember like walking to the rehearsal studio and then being like, oh, there it is. Like it's like it was all like pink one day, and then like they were working so hard on it, and then it was like ready to go. And I remember thinking, whoa, like I didn't realize how many people make a movie,
Yeah, you don't see the work that goes into it.
especially a big like franchise movie like Disney. I just didn't realize. And then yeah, Naomi, Mina, Will, fantastic. It's just so good.
So jealous.
Oh no, I wish you were a dancer girl. You'd have
Oh
been
my god.
you'd have
Oh,
been there.
that'll be sick. Yeah, I guess like sort of how you said like in the moment because it's like so fast paced, like you're on set, there's so much to do. You don't realize like how amazing it actually is. And when you sit down, like you said, have conversations, like I get like you feel a lot of gratitude being like, oh my god, like I did that and you kind of feel that like praise for yourself. You're like, oh my god, like thinking about it, how amazing.
Yeah, yeah, because aren't you always just I don't know about you, but I could put myself down and be like, oh, you haven't heard back from any self tapes, you're doing shit, you're doing this. Actually, stop for a second, just think about all the other stuff that you have done. Maybe it's been 4 or 5 years or 2 years ago, but it's all part of the process. And they were so amazing and such great experiences. Like, don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. And like don't forget, yeah, what you have done as opposed to like what you haven't, and also what's coming. You never know like what's around the corner as well.
Oh, I love that.
Um and obviously we're going to just talk a bit about like South Asian, not just South Asian representation, but representation in general. And there's a question here regarding it. It's actually from my cousin. Shout out to you, Chia. How did you feel representing a South Asian brand like Fable and Maine? Like, did you feel different compared to non-South Asian brands? Was there any like pressure or?
Oh my God, no pressure. They were so nice. So I don't know how much people know about Fable and Maine, but it's Akash and Nikkita. Her name's Nikkita. How cool is that? they're brother and sister.
Yeah.
They are so talented. They're incredible, and they've created this brand, and it's about hair care basically. Oh, my thing's quite bright, isn't it? Working for them was so nice, and it just made me feel like, oh, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, everything I'm saying.
No. Every experience is different.
It was just so nice to work for a South Asian brand, because actually prior to that, I don't think I have, unless it was like Asian bridal kind of modeling or Asian bride like makeup artists. The big brands are not usually owned by South Asians, like they're not, or there's rarely not that many South Asians on the team. And working for those two they were so nice. Again, we'd never met, we'd just been talking via emails, and then I just turned up like on the day, and I was like, oh guys, this is so nice. And they gave me like a little trinket box with little products in it, because I'd tried some of their stuff before, and then after the shoot I was like, oh my God. And they gave me like a little box. Now I use their hair oil regularly. I use their shampoo and conditioner every day. Like it's just, that's me now. And I love them basically. I really do. They were so sweet.
Yeah,
so talented.
It must have felt really good, like you said, because there's not many South Asian owned brands out there, and like you said, like behind the scenes and everything. So you must have felt that sort of empowerment. And obviously, no, go on.
No, carry on. I've got something.
No, I was going to come on to like another question that linked on, but if you're going to say something more about Fable.
Oh no, basically, sorry, I just realised this light is actually crazy.
No, I mean like you're glowing, sir.
I'm glowing. Thanks. The sun decided to come out. We're in LA. I was going to say. So actually, the whole team was South Asian on this shoot.
Oh, okay, the whole team. Oh my God.
How sick is that? It was the photographer, the director that I worked with before. He was South Asian. He is South Asian, and the makeup artist is also South Asian. So basically, that whole day was just fantastic. I remember thinking, this is it. This is my dream, and we're doing it.
Exactly.
Like, I loved it. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever been on a set like that. Maybe apart from Mother's Day, The Long Goodbye, but even then, it wasn't full South Asian, which is not a problem. But yeah, it makes you realize when you're like in a room full of all of us. Look at what all of us can do together. We can produce greatness.
Yeah, exactly. And like following on from that, obviously doing all the shoots and filming that you have done, how have you like personally found representation? I guess like behind the scenes and also in front, and like what do you personally think needs improving, and like what could we be doing?
Well,
there's so many like like us, or just like the industry in general. Like
we as actors, I feel like we can't do anything. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a little bit out of our control, in the sense of, because I think it needs to start changing from behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like it's the people that are making the films, these incredible people. It's not a very diverse. Like I'm talking about like the lighting, the grips, the ADs, everything like that. It's not hugely diverse. I mean, that's no secret. It's just how and it has to start from that way up. Well, it kind of needs to start from both ways. I lie. It needs to start from the front of the screen and the back, like behind the scenes, and then just merge together. Because right now it's kind of like this, the front of the screen. We're trying to get more like South Asian stories and POC topics and things like that. But still behind the lens it's very one way. So I think it needs to start from this side, the production side, a bit more, and then it will start becoming all more inclusive. And there are a few, and you notice them. You notice the POC people, because generally just you're connecting with them and having them.
Yeah, wanting to listen. And I guess because they're behind the scenes, if you have more POCs, like that is going to lend more of a voice to push for more in front of the screen, whereas if you don't have that, then like you're not going to be seeing that. And yeah, just like to get a different perspective through a different lens as well. That's why it's so important, because I feel like there are a lot of conversations where people say like in front of the screen that we need more on screen, but to get to that stage, it does come from behind the scenes as well. So it's like that collaboration.
It has to be a whole industry shift, basically.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it has to be a whole societal shift, to be
Yeah,
honest. It's not just in our industry, is it? It's in the whole. It's us in this world living in the UK, born and bred, like British Asians. It's kind of like that, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
changing the perception of what people think we are, and like for everyone, like POC people in general, what people think Black people are, what people think Asian people are, and East Asian, South Asian. They've kind of got their mind made up, but you don't know what we can bloody well do.
Exactly. And like, yeah, I think that's so important that you raised that. Like, I hadn't really properly thought about it. It does kind of start with society and like misconceptions and stereotypes, and if we start getting rid of those, then people will open their minds when they're watching things on the screen and like what they want to see on screen as well. So I feel like it's like there's so many factors that come into it, and there's like I feel like we've come a decent way, but there's like such a long way and so many things that like needs to be done going forward.
That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, like it's happening.
Yeah,
snail pace, but it's happening. But yeah, no, exactly. It's funny because if you think about some like shows that are POC like topic, like POC conversations, they do so well. Like they do so well on mainstream things like Netflix and stuff. So there's obviously people want to watch it.
exactly.
So just get us in there.
Us in. It's obviously popular. People are enjoying it, so just make more.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, that's a good thing to end the main part of the interview.
Is that better? Oh gosh. I'll do that. My dad's office.
Yeah. Welcome to Nikkita's dad's office. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to end on. We're just going to go into just some fire round questions just to kind of make it fun. Okay, first question is, if you could have anyone play you in a movie, who would it be?
Anyone play me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What, like a famous person or anyone?
Okay, go for anyone. More, well, actually, no, a famous person, because it's like to play you in a film.
Right. Yeah, I can't be like, oh, my cousin thingy.
Your cousin, or like undiscovered talent.
That's a great question.
It's hard.
What's your answer? Do you have an answer for this?
Maybe Deepika Padukone, but that's a potential. But
oh yeah, sorry, I've got mine straight away. After you said Deepika, Aishwarya Rai, please.
I
she wants to play you. To be honest, she can't though, because I want to play her so desperately. It wouldn't make sense. I just want to be her, not even play her. I want to be her. But any Bollywood actress, have a go.
Yeah, sorry, you could be the younger, like, oh my god, if it's about her life, you could play like a younger Aishwarya. That'll be sick.
Why haven't they done that? No, there's probably someone that's more like her, but I would just do it. I'm obsessed with her, so I know how she moves.
Like her character, you'll be able to like embody her.
Just give me some contacts, like eye contacts. I can change my eyes, and let's go.
Cool. Okay, next one. It might be actually hard. 3 things that you would bring to a desert island.
Oh my god, Aarti, what the hell?
Sorry, some of these questions I'm like, okay.
Wait, I feel like okay, this is gonna sound so stupid. No, it's not. It's actually really smart. I would bring, one of them would be spices and like salt and pepper, like spices, because then whatever I eat, whatever I, find food, eventually it will be flavorful and delicious. So I don't think I'm gonna have, my kitchen out in the desert. Okay. I'd have to bring some books or some podcasts, but how can I do that? Just books or podcasts, but loads of them.
Loads. I guess if it's like
going.
recorded podcasts you can like.
Right, I'll download like 3,000 books and podcasts. How long am I in the desert for? You know, depending how long I'm there.
Yeah, how long you're here for?
Because otherwise, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then, wow, I need a lot of things. I need water. No, let's say the water's there. What else? I've got my books, I've got my podcast, I've got my good food. Wow, do I not need anything else? Can I bring a friend? Can I bring my...
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe I'll bring my, I don't know, one of my parents, one of my friends. God, it's gonna be a tricky decision, but someone to be with me, otherwise I will get lonely at some point.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Are you a morning or a night person?
You and me, I know you're a night person.
Oh my god. Thank you. Are we gonna say
morning person? Who? My dad, actually. My dad is.
Really? Yeah. I don't get it. Like I mean I wish I could be a morning person, but like nah.
It's depending on the sleep, isn't it? I think if we get enough sleep, we could do the mornings, but we'd have to go to bed early, and I don't think we both do that.
No, I can't. Like my best ideas come at 4 a.m. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, me too. Well, I just got all my energy. I put a clothes wash on last night at 2 a.m.
I love that.
It was such a mistake because it was so loud. The washing machine was going mental. I thought this is gonna wake up the whole house, but it was fine.
Yeah, night owl problems.
Night owl, absolutely.
Cool. Okay, number 4. What would you say is like a quirk of yours that a lot of people don't know about? So I'm not exposing you.
A quirk. A quirk. Okay, what?
Or just like.
What's your quirk?
Oh, I have a lot.
That's what I mean. I've got a lot. What do you want to know? Like a quirk.
Just like something silly that you do that like only you do in front of your friends and family. Am I exposing you here?
Oh my god, family things. I cannot say them.
Mine is like, I mean, it's not that big. I just like to know my pet. I just would just go in and just dance or just, I don't know.
Yeah, just be goofy.
Yeah, just goofy.
Definitely. Obviously, when you're around people you're comfortable with, you're yourself. But I think I'm thinking of so many stupid things that are just so embarrassing that I probably can't. But maybe something like, my quirk. What is a quirk? I do like to like start like skipping quite randomly. Like if there's no one around, I'll just start skipping with my friend. Like I'll drag them and we'll start skipping something in the park. But I think that's a quirk. I think that's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having a bit of fun.
Yeah. I mean, not everyone does that, so that's
maybe cool. Not. Yeah, maybe everyone's not a skipper. Fine.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Final one to end on. I ask everyone this is: if you could say one thing to your younger self, to little Nikkita, what would you say?
Oh my god. Oh, little Nikkita. Okay, I would say to her, don't worry about what you're feeling right now, because it's all going to change. And I mean that in a way of growing up as a kid, like I had such a nice childhood from my distant memories. I love my parents, my family, but during school, I hated it. I really just didn't feel like myself, and I was kind of stuck in. I had like, I don't know if it's kind of going a bit deep, but I don't know if you can know what I mean. But I think you said you were quite a shy kid, didn't you?
Yeah, like, well, I wasn't the most confident.
Yeah.
And that goes like people around you, and I feel like around you.
And neither was I. Like growing up, I felt like I had this like spark in me. It's gonna sound so weird. Like, but the external world wasn't feeling it or seeing it. And like I felt like I had this personality, but it was too weird for some people. Like I was at school and I would do like funny things, like quirky things, and then people would be like, "Oh, you're so weird." Like, but I don't know if that was because I was the only POC like South Asian girl in my whole year. I don't know what, something was going on. It was weird. But I remember growing up in like school times, just being like, "This is shit," and like I would say to my teenage times, like, don't worry, because it's all going to change. You're going to come out your shell. You're going to meet some better people and have way better friendships. Go to drama school and just live your best life and have a glow up, basically. Because I had a rough stage, and then you're just going to be more confident, and that's it, really. because at that time you just feel like the world's gonna end and I hate
Yeah.
this and I wanna run away. I don't know if you ever did that. I wanted to run away so much.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like school, and no, literally like that. That's like echoing exactly. So I felt there was like a little something, and I think because my school was actually like 70% Indian, but there were like yeah, I went like because it's like Kenton area. I don't think yeah, but there were like hardly any creative. So I think that was the kind of like what I was lacking. I was like, there's something. I felt it, and I was like,
Yeah.
didn't know it would come out later. So like completely.
I completely feel you when you say that as well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really, really good thing to end on. I feel like a lot of people will be able to resonate with that.
Mm.
I just want to say it's been amazing chatting to you and learning about your career so far. And one thing I got away from it is like how important it is, like when you're on set or on shoot, is like the people around you, and also the production company making you like feel comfortable. So thank you for sharing that. Just to let everyone know, this will be out on Monday, the 29th of March. Keep an eye on
2021.
what?
In case we see this in the future, you know, if we watch this in like 5 years, it's 2021.
Yeah,
Oh.
2021. But yeah, thank you so much, Nikkita, for joining me in conversation with other South Asian artists today. If everyone keeps an eye on my socials, I will be announcing more guests to come soon. But yeah, thank you so much, Nikkita.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Have a lovely day.
Good day, everyone. Bye.